So looking at it, right, I was at SummerSlam, the great show. I was at night one, of course, but the great show. Like, what was your kind of experience? What did you feel? Because I feel like the crowd was definitely behind you. You got a nice pop coming out. Good match with Sami Zayn. Was your experience and feeling on SummerSlam?
Really awesome. Like that was my first singles match at SummerSlam. I was really happy to be there. Um, I mean, I've been watching SummerSlam since I was a little kid on VHS. I could sit here and tell you about Ultimate Warrior versus Ravishing Rick Rude. I probably watched that match on VHS like honestly like over 200 times growing up. The build towards that was awesome. Or like Rockers versus Power and Glory. I could give you
Ooh,
some deep
yeah,
cut matches that no one
yeah,
really
yeah.
talks about or thinks about like over time. I've always loved SummerSlam when I was little. SummerSlam had a different vibe than the rest of the pay-per-views, and to be a performer on that show, I think is really cool. The novelty of being able to know that I was able to do that is cool. Um, I would have liked to have done things a little bit. How should I say? I thought that there was going to be something a lot more hyper violent that we are going to be able to get into with me and Sammy. Nevertheless, I was thrilled to be there and to perform. I was really hoping that I was going to be able to, get very FMW about it with Sammy, for those who know the reference.
Yes, yes. Is it like they want to tell like a simple story, or they just didn't want to have too many hardcore matches going involved, or is there like what's like the thought process?
I don't think I could speak to the thought process because I'm just not in the room when that thought process takes place. I don't want to put words in people's mouths, but
Yep,
I
gotcha.
just, we get there and we get what we get and we do the best we can with it. And I'm glad people enjoyed it and I was certainly happy to be there. Um, but yeah, I would have, I don't know, I would have loved to have set up a scaffold and get 300 tables and have a scaffold match with Sammy where we both fall off into lava, and the ring explodes and UFOs show up and Elvis comes out and he's like, "I told you that was gonna happen," like something just just outrageous for a PLA.
Like Onita would have, he would have had a moat and a alligator, and
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
blowing stuff. Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yes, alligators with top hats.
yeah,
Very important. Very important. We can't have just
yes,
regular alligators. You can see those anywhere. At WWE, where everything is
yes.
larger than life, we need alligators with top hats and maybe some medieval armor.
Now, would the alligator have bitten Sammy though? Is that the end game? Does he eat Sammy alive? You know what I mean? You got to get crazy with it.
I mean that I would imagine they'd want to eat him instead of eat me because
Yeah,
he was a liar. But I mean I have to keep my word. I said I was
yeah,
going to leave him alone if he won. So I mean I have to leave him alone. He didn't even hit me with the
that's true.
pipe for God's sakes. That bastard could have got a
That's
DQ
true.
win. Could have got a DQ win.
Do you like that story though that they told with the pipe, and he's like the virtuous guy? He's not going to. Do you like that story? Because I don't know. It kind of would have been better if he did cheat. Like it kind of would have maybe led more credence to what Karrion Kross was saying there.
I heard that a lot from people. Um, I don't really kind of like, as a performer, I don't really operate in the realms of what I like versus what I dislike because I don't think it serves the audience. And that was something that I learned day one with pro wrestling. You can like as much as you want about whatever it is that you're watching, that's okay. But when it's time to stop being a fan and be a professional, you have to understand that like you're a performer in the show, and they're going to have an idea and a direction of what they're going to want you to do. So what you have to try to do is you try to take that idea, whether it's yours or not, whether you like it or not, and you try to get the most out of that. So, like I said, a moat with alligators is the direction I would have went.
I mean, we can't go Onita right where he's going to burn the Sheik alive in the middle of the ring, but something like that would have been pretty damn cool.
But
I
why
like that
not?
idea.
Where were you on Saturday? Where were you, dude? Why
Section
not?
section one section 126. Me and my son were there. We were cheering you on. Although he loves Sami Zayn's theme songs, he was kind of into Sammy at first.
Well, good. That's a sign of
Yeah.
a healthy human being. If the
Yeah.
little boy is cheering for Sammy and not me.
He does, to be honest, and you might hate to hear this. He does think you're kind of scary. So just to throw that out there.
I think he has a very healthy, strong IQ if he's saying that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
you and I got to be happy about that.
yeah. True, that is true. Although
Yes.
We were at MSG when the final testament you guys beat the Wyatt Six. We were rooting for you guys, so he didn't really like the Wyatt Six though. Maybe they were a little too scary. Maybe.
Well, now I like him even more.
Yeah, yeah. That was fun. That MSG show. That's the holiday show that they do. December. Like that was fun. But he was rooting for you then. So he had, I guess, a certain level of scare. Like Sami Zayn, not scary at all. You're like middle. Wyatt Six is too scary.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got a good gauge on what he's watching. I like him. Tell him I
Definitely.
said hello.
Yeah, I will. I will. He will definitely be curious of like, wait, you were talking to him? We just saw him over the weekend. What do you mean you're talking to him? Like he loves stuff like that. And that always